Have you ever learned something in your life without the help of an instructor? I'm guessing yes. All of us are learners, and not just in school, but also in our careers, in our hobbies, and across our lives. Because of this, knowing how to learn effectively is critical. Throughout our education, many of us are taught what information we need to learn, but few of us are ever taught how to learn that information. Instead, many of us teach ourselves how to learn based on our own intuition. But unfortunately, our intuition can often lead us to incorrect conclusions about which learning strategies are the most effective. For example, many students think that more passive strategies, such as restudying notes or rereading a textbook, lead to long-term learning, when in fact, strategies that require a more active part of the learner are far more effective. These would be strategies such as testing yourself with flashcards or practice questions. So how can we get students to use and appreciate these more effective strategies? Well, first, it helps to understand why students prefer passive strategies. One reason is because they really do feel like they're more effective. For example, immediately after restudying, you'll feel like you know the material fairly well as it's fresh on your mind, but you'll start to forget that material fairly quickly. In contrast, testing feels more difficult and takes more effort, but testing really helps make the material stick so that it's more likely to be remembered in the future. Because restudying feels easier, many students believe that this strategy is more effective than testing for long-term memory, when the opposite is true. To counteract this false belief, I have students actually experience the power of practice testing on their own memory performance. That is, in my studies, students learn material with both a passive strategy, such as restudying, and a more active, effective strategy, such as testing, and then I test their memory for that material 1 week later. Students who remember more material after testing themselves report that this strategy is more effective and that they are more likely to use it when they study on their own. That is, they can learn about the power of practice testing through experience. What's really exciting about this technique is that it can easily be applied to a wide variety of learning strategies, and it can also be incorporated into classroom demonstrations, which is the goal of my future research. Most importantly, this technique might be even more convincing than directly instructing students about particular strategies, which suggests that in some cases, experience really is the best teacher.